Hey everybody, Cher here. I have a little bit of a different video for you today. My last Dollarama or Dollar Tree haul, I can't remember which one, I mentioned that I had some unwanted guests in my house. Yes, I have some issues with some mice right now, and it's not the first time that we've dealt with this issue. I'm hoping it'll be the last time we deal with this issue. But anyway, I thought I would share a little bit about what I've learned along the way and how the best way to deal with these things on your own is. A lot of women especially, I know I didn't know how to deal with this. I didn't want to have to deal with this. But a lot of times, some people, women especially, are on their own. Maybe single mom, maybe a student going away to college or university in an apartment or something. Or maybe your husband works out of town all the time and, maybe you're just left holding the fort down and you have to deal with this kind of stuff. So I just thought, as I have done a lot of research on it and I've been dealing with this a little bit over the last about week and a half now. I've caught 5 of the little rotters. So I just thought I would just kind of share with you what I have learned along the way. So I think what the first thing I want to do is I want to show you what trap and what method I like to use the best. It's worked really, really well for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I have been doing. So I bought a bunch of these types of traps. These work really well for me, the Victory wooden little traps. They're about, I think for a 2-pack, they were about $2.99 at the hardware store. So that's not bad. There are other traps available. Certainly there's other things out there, poisons and sticky tape and all this kind of stuff. I didn't want to deal with any of that. I just wanted something that I knew was going to be fast, efficient, and the most humane way to do it. So anyway, I'm just going to show you how to go ahead and load a trap. Set it and everything, and then I'm going to show you where the best places to place the traps so that you'll be most successful in catching a mouse. So here we go. I'm just going to spin this around and I'm going to show you. You'll have to excuse my weird way of displaying this because I am not very good with videoing yet. I don't have all the right equipment, tripods and all that kind of stuff, so bear with me. I hope this works. All right, so I'm just going to spin this around. So let me just get this ready. Okay, there we go. So first of all, I'm going to put on some rubber gloves. The research that I did suggested that you should always wear rubber gloves because you don't want to get your human scent all over the trap, because that could be a deterrent from a mouse wanting to go into it or near it. So take it out of the package, and this is how they come. So you'll notice that right now there is a little, right here, there's a little, like a little staple on here holding this little arm. So you want to take that little staple off. So to do that, you just kind of give it a little pull like this, and that staple will come right off. So we don't need that. So now it's free and it can move around. So I'm going to show you, this is the part right here where you're going to put your bait. And of course, there's all different kinds of baits you can use. I'm just going to show you what I use and what I've been successful with. I just use peanut butter. Most people have peanut butter readily available in their kitchen. I have a little container that I put some peanut butter in, and I just put this in the fridge, and this is my mouse peanut butter. You don't need very much. A little goes a really long way. So this is where you're going to put your little peanut butter right there on this little plate. And so to do that, I just grab a little bit on a toothpick. That literally is all you need. And what you do is you just smear a little bit of this peanut butter. I hope you can see this. Like that. That is all you need. Less is definitely more when you're setting and baiting a trap, because you want them to have to work at it a little bit to get this off. You don't want a big blob on there. They'll just lick it and run away, and they won't get caught in the trap. Now to set this thing, what you want to do is this little arm right here. This is on a spring, and it's really loud when you snap it. So it's on a pretty strong spring. So what you want to do is grab onto it and hold it back with one hand, just like that. Then you take this little arm, and if you can see this little, there's kind of a little projection right here with a little kind of like a little V and a little notch. So all you do is you just lift this with your finger a little bit. See how I've got it right underneath that little notch? Just like that, and then you just gently, carefully let go. And that right there is a set mouse trap. That's ready to catch a mouse. That's all there is to it. I had no idea how to do it. I went on YouTube, I Googled all kinds of things, and I found a tutorial that was so easy and it made sense to me, and these are the kind of traps that they use, so I immediately just went out and got a bunch of these. But before that, I'd seen them at the dollar store, so I thought, oh, well, they're nice and cheap here at the dollar store. I'm going to get some dollar store mouse traps. Well, I think I bought like 10 of them. They don't work. Don't waste your money on the dollar store mouse traps because they're not sensitive enough. They just don't work. So you want something that's going to work really effectively and that you're going to catch mice with the first try, not the second, third, fourth, fifth try. So that's how you set a mouse trap. Now I'm going to show you the best place to place a mouse trap. So once you've got your trap all ready to go, you have to think a little bit like a mouse. And all the research that I saw and that I did, all mice like to travel along walls. They don't like to go out in open spaces. They like to travel along the wall, and they come out mostly at night when everybody's in bed, it's nice and quiet, it's dark. That's when they seem to come out. And of course they're looking for food. So the kitchen is a prime location to catch a mouse. Because there's always crumbs on the floor, there's garbage, whatever, right? That's where you're going to find them. And of course you might even see evidence of them because you'll see droppings or whatever, or maybe some little tissue, shredded up paper or something like that. So when mice are running around, of course they're running along the walls and they're pooping and peeing as they go. They leave like a little scent trail for other mice to follow. So where there's one, any literature that I've read, of course if you have one mouse in your house, possibility of having more is very, very high, because even if you had one and you didn't know it for a while, that one mouse probably made a little nest somewhere in your house, probably had a little family, and is now going to have babies. So when those babies get old enough, you're going to start seeing not one, not two, not three. There could be up to 9 or 10, who knows, right? So you've got to, any of the literature that I read, it's like you got to hit them hard and you got to hit them fast because you want to get them all. You don't want to leave one behind, because that one's going to have babies and you're going to start the process all over again. So yeah, I know, sounds really daunting, but no, you know what? I can do this. Anybody can do this. Okay, we got this. So where I've been setting my traps, I'll just show you. Let's turn around here. I've been putting them along the kickboard of my cupboards. This is a prime location because they come running along here. And this, I've caught like 2 here. I've caught 2 over here. This is another spot that of course, if you have kids or pets, this wouldn't maybe not be the best location to put them. We know that they're here, we're careful, but you know what? Even if you did bump it, in which we have, and we've set them off, you're not going to hurt yourself because it snaps against the wall. It doesn't snap out this way, it snaps against the wall. And that's the way you always want to place your mouse trap, against the wall like that, with the bait against the wall. And that's what they do. They run along and they find your bait and they go in there and snap there. And it's so fast, they don't even know what hit them, and it works really well. So then the other one I have, this is another prime location. I don't know if you can see in here really well, but I'll move the garbage can. So I've just placed it against the wall. And what I do is I move the garbage can and I just wedge it right in there. And I've caught a couple in here too. This has been a really good spot to catch them. So I just wedge it just like that. And that works really, really well. Now, once you've caught your mouse, I, for one, don't like to have to deal with a mouse. I really don't. So I put my gloves on again, and I just get a plastic bag, and I pick the whole trap up with the dead mouse in it, and I put everything into the bag, tie it up, and take it to the trash. I don't want to be dealing with trying to take a dead mouse off the trap. You got to kind of pry it open. I'm not into that. And you know what? They're $3 for 2. $1.50 a trap. You know what? It's worth it to me just to throw it out. I know many of you can reuse them, but I've heard and I've read too, if you are going to reuse them, you want to disinfect the trap because now it's got a dead mouse scent on it, and they're not going to want to be attracted to that either. So you do want to disinfect that, clean it or wash it or whatever. And again, that's another thing. I didn't want to have to deal with that either. It's just easier for me just to throw it away. So I've been buying a lot of these things lately, but you know what? They're not that expensive and they work really well. So the biggest thing is if you just get your problem under control, then you will never have to hopefully ever worry about it again. But the other thing is you need to kind of figure out where they're coming in. And I think I have figured that out. Our weather stripping on a lot of our outdoor doors is wearing out. And so I bought some more weather stripping. I'm going to add a bunch more on there because they do not need very much space to get in. Some of the literature that I read, it's like a dime width. They can squeeze in. If you can see daylight through anything, they can squeeze in basically through there. So yeah, I'm going to go around and I'm just going to add weather stripping to anything and everything that I can. And I've looked around like our foundation for cracks. I've looked at the dryer vent. It's got a screen on it, so that's fine. But you really do have to you have to try to figure out where they're coming in because you don't want to keep dealing with this over and over and over again. So I'm hoping that we've got this licked this time. Anyway, so the last couple nights have been quiet. There's been no activity. So I'm hoping that it was a lucky 5 and that's it. Hopefully we have got the problem under control now, but I don't know that for sure. There was a few sleepless nights. Of course, they always seem to make their way to Megan's room. I don't know why. So I wake up to this blood-curdling scream at like 2 in the morning. I've had a few sleepless nights. Anyway, so I hope the problem is getting solved now. Anyway, so I hope that this has been helpful to somebody. Like I said, I've done a lot. I've tried it out. This has worked really well for me. I did all the research ahead of time. So it's one of those things you hope you never have to deal with, but it's nice to know how to if the problem arises. So anyway, I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope this has been beneficial for somebody. And I hope to have lots of good sleeps in the next few weeks because it's been a rough couple of weeks. Anyways, all right, everybody, take care. Bye for now.